Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of the Iron Life Podcast. I am your host, Chris Tutela, here to help you live an iron motherfucking life. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in once again today. And this episode is going to be short and sweet because I was having a conversation the other day and it brought this idea to mind. And that is that everyone wants the thing until they realize what it's going to take to actually achieve it. Here's what I mean. In fitness, everyone wants single-digit body fat. They want to be lean. They want to be jacked. This is what I want. These are my goals. But then they find out, well, I have to train pretty fucking hard 3, 4, 5 days a week. I have to lock in my diet and I can't have any cheat meals for the next 90 days. I got to cut out booze. I got to get to bed on time. I have to manage my stress. I need to make sure that I'm getting my conditioning in. And then all of a sudden, once they learn and really see what it takes to achieve that goal, they quit. They throw in the towel because it's fucking hard. And it might look hard from the outside, like, oh man, I got to do all that stuff, but I think I can do it. And once they actually start attempting to make these changes in their lives, that's when they realize, maybe I don't fucking want it, even though I've been saying for the last decade that I want it. And maybe the thing that you want is in your business. If you want to make 7 figures in revenue this year, and it's like, okay, cool, that's a great goal. Here's what we need to do. We need to have thorough lead generation systems. So we need to promote your business online, offline, and internally every single month. And in that online category, we have to promote your business organically through social media posts, through your email list. And we also have to run paid ads, which means you're going to have to put some money up. Sometimes ads are not going to work that well, so we have to put more money into the budget. We have to change your ad creatives. We have to swap shit out to see what works. And that's going to be a little bit uncomfortable sometimes because there's going to be times where you're putting money in and not getting a return. And so we have to fix that. That's going to be a little uncomfortable. We have to do internal and offline lead generation strategies where you are meeting with local business owners and running events for organizations and running referral plays. And we have to do that consistently. We have to have this thorough marketing calendar every single month. And then guess what? When you do get leads, we have to nurture those leads. So we have to have fucking conversations with them. We have to follow up with them. We have to call them multiple times a day for 7 days in a row. And then we have to have a sales process and then a conversion process and then retention processes. And we have to systematize all this shit. And when we talk to some gym owners and they're like, fuck, man, that's a lot of work. I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of fucking work. Guess what? You want 7 figures. That shit ain't just going to come overnight. And by the way, not only do you need all that, but you need to be really fucking good at what you do. You need to be a great coach. So you need to go to events. You need to seek out other mentors and people in the industry, other leaders in the industry, people who have achieved what you want to achieve, people that are training and coaching people at the highest level possible. And guess what? It might cost you a couple grand just to get in the room with that person. And you might have to get on a plane and travel across the country to do it. And that's uncomfortable. But guess what? If you want to be a great fucking coach, you got to pay the price. There's a price of admission here. And if you're not willing to pay it, if you're not willing to pay your dues, well, guess what? You don't fucking want it bad enough. I had a conversation with a young coach the other day who's like, all right, I want to make 6 figures this year. And we're like, okay. So we started to break down how he could make 6 figures. And as soon as we started to break it down, I was like, yeah, but, I don't know if I'm going to be available for sales calls at these times. My schedule is really hectic. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm like, how old are you? He's like, 22. And I'm like, you're 22 years old. You want to make 6 figures. You have the opportunity to make six figures with your current job, but you have to carve out the time to do the things that will get you there. You're 22 years old. What's more important? Well, I need to have a social life and I need to have this and that. It's like, well, then you must really not want to make fucking six figures. Okay. So the point is this, guys. You might be saying to yourself that you want to build your business. You want to get lean and jacked. You want to have a better relationship. You want to make more money, whatever the fucking goal is. But what you need to realize is that it's going to be a lot harder than you think to actually achieve it. And if you don't embrace the idea of hard, then you don't stand a chance. You're never going to grow to the level that you're capable of if you're not willing to embrace the hard, boring fucking work that it's going to take to get there. Now, I'm not telling you that your life needs to be miserable. I'm not telling you that you don't or you can't have a social life. I actually think the opposite. I think you should incorporate those things. But will you need to make sacrifices? Fuck yes. You're going to need to sacrifice way more than you think. It's going to take longer than you think. It's going to be more difficult than you think. But if you actually stay the course and you do what's required of you, you will succeed as long as you don't quit. And I think that's so important for you to hear, especially in this day and age of the instant gratification, I want it now mentality. I want to tell you a quick story, because I've been coaching for, March will be 20 years. Today's October 14th that I'm recording this. In March 1st, 2026 will be 20 years of me coaching in the fitness industry. And I always tell people this, like the first decade of my career, I barely made any fucking money. And if you listen to this podcast, you heard me talk about how I had to work as a firefighter in order to pay my rent and make ends meet for the first 4 years of actually running my gym. So I've been running my gym. This past June was 13 years, and I've been in the fitness industry for nearly 2 decades. And for that first just about a decade in business, I barely made any money. And, the reason I'm sharing this with you guys is because when I talk to some younger coaches that they might not even be gym owners, but they're working for other gyms. And they're like, yeah, I want to make X amount of dollars, but when I did the math, I'm working X amount of hours per week, and that only comes out to X amount of dollars per hour. And they're like, they're looking at all this shit. It's like, motherfucker, for a decade, I spent fucking 24 hours a day doing the work, building my reputation, building my brand, putting myself out there for basically no money. When I was launching Tutela Training Systems and I was an independent contractor, in between training clients, writing programs, writing diets, I was literally passing out fucking flyers every day to different local businesses. I was creating videos, which by the way, I'm not a fucking videographer. By no means am I an expert, but I would spend the time filming and editing videos, putting up social media posts before it was a thing, networking with clients and doing my best to generate referrals. I volunteered to be the head strength coach at a high school football program. I was writing articles for Elite FTS. I was writing blog posts, recording this fucking podcast. You think I get paid for this? No. I do this shit because I love it. And the point is, if you broke down what I make per hour, then you would look at that and be like, oh man, that's not as much as I thought. And yeah, you're right. Because if you're building a business, it's a long-term play. That doesn't matter if it's you're building your gym or if you're working for another company right now. You got to understand that you got to pay your fucking dues. And I'm not saying that everyone should work for free. I'm not saying that you shouldn't get paid what you're worth, but what are you worth right now? How long have you been in the industry? You're 21 and you've been doing this for 6 months? And you think that you should be making six figures? I got news for you, man. That's not the way this fucking works. You got to prove yourself. You have to add value, not only to the lives of your clients, but to the life of the owner of the company that you work for. You got to bring something to the table and prove what you're worth. And that's not for 6 months or a year. Man, you got to fucking put in the work day after day and go above and beyond. Help that company truly grow and get to the next level without pushing back and asking questions and saying, oh, but how come I'm only making this per hour? It's like, man, you either want this or you fucking don't. And so back to my story, putting all this work in for years that you're not being directly compensated for, those are the things that allowed me to make more money than I ever thought possible. Those were the things that allowed me to build a brand, to partner with Joe DeFranco and launch another business, because real recognize real. If you're going to do great things in this industry, do great things, period. Don't worry about how much you're getting fucking paid for per hour, especially in your fucking 20s. Are you kidding me? Pay your dues. Do the work over and over again. And if you're fucking 40 or 50 and you're listening to this right now and you have goals in your business and your fitness and your relationship, if there's things that you want to achieve, well, guess what? It's the same fucking idea. You got to do the work. It's going to be hard. I can't tell you, over the years, especially in fitness these days and my online coaching programs, like I only work with people who I know that are going to be a good fit and that will do the work that's required of them. Because after 20 fucking years, man, I'm just not in the position anymore to work with people that are like, I want to lose weight, but I want cookies and I want alcohol every Friday. And so I don't have time. I don't have patience. I don't give a fuck. Eat fucking ding dongs and whatever the fuck it is you do. I don't care. Do what is right for you and what you choose to do. But don't come fucking crying to me if you're 40% body fat and pre-diabetic and you have high blood pressure and now your dick doesn't work because you're on blood pressure medications. I can't help you. I can't help you if you don't want to help yourself. Okay, I'm at this point in my career, I can't help you. And it's the same thing if you run a gym and you want to hit, $500,000 a year, $1 million a year in business, and we're giving you the blueprint, we're giving you the steps, and you're just like, I can't call these leads. Like, find a fucking way to make this happen. You got to do what it takes, man. You got to do what it takes. You want to save your marriage, you got to do what it takes. You want to show up for the missus, you want to show her who you have the potential to be. You want to change things. You got to lead by fucking example. You got to go above and beyond. Your kids don't respect you. Well, do you respect yourself? Are you doing the things that you're asking your kids to do? Are you leading by example? Or are you full of shit? And are you telling them to do shit that maybe you did it 50 fucking years ago when you were in high school, but what have you done lately? Man, back in the day, I used to work with a lot of athletes now, at TTS, and I still have my handful of athletes that I work with, mostly fighters or jiu-jitsu guys. But, back in the day, we used to work with a lot of high school and college athletes. And then I would always get that parent, that dad, that would be like, yeah, I don't know, the kid just got to step up. He's just not mentally strong. He's just a pussy. Back in my day, we did X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, bro, you got 50 fucking pounds to lose. You're drinking every fucking day. You're like, what are you talking about? How could you say that your son, who's busting his ass every day, is a pussy, and you're sitting on your ass doing nothing? It's like, how the fuck does that make sense? In what world does that make sense? You got to lead from the front, guys. You got to lead by example. And I'm speaking to you all out of pure love today because I have a burning desire for you to be great. And whatever it is you want to achieve in this world, you should fucking achieve it. Because life is too short. Not too long from now, hopefully, like 50 years or so or more, but not too long from now, guys. And we know how fast life goes. You're going to be fucking dead, as am I and everybody else. And time is waiting for no one. It's going to keep on moving. And it's like, you're either growing or you're not. You're either getting better and achieving your goals, making more money, helping more people, having better relationships, having great experiences in your life, or you're not. And you're either going to make excuses because I'm not making as much as I should be per hour right now, or I want to eat fucking ding-dongs. You're going to make those excuses, or you're going to say, you know what? Chris is right. I got to step the fuck up. I have goals in my life that I'm going to achieve. I have a footprint that I want to leave on this planet. Before I'm dead, I want to leave a legacy. I want to impact people. I want to impact my family. I want my kids to respect me. I want my wife to respect me. I want to make a change and a lasting impact on at least the people that are closest to me. Because otherwise, what the fuck are you doing? Those are the people that I want to work with. Those are the people that inspire me. Those are the people that I want to be friends with and be around. The people that are like-minded and are not sitting around on their ass and just waiting for things to happen, waiting for the perfect moment. Monday, next week, next month, 2026, new year, new me. Fuck you. It's all bullshit. It's either you want this right now or you fucking don't. It's up to you to decide, guys. And again, I hope you hear the love in my voice as I'm talking to you, because I'm not here to talk down or talk at you. I'm not here to criticize you, maybe a little bit, but I'm just having fun. But honestly, I want to help. I want you to be the man that you are meant to be. I want you to leave the mark that you are meant to leave and make the impact that you want to make on this fucking planet, on your friends, on your family, on your wives, on your life. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Hopefully this episode sparks something within you to get up right now off your ass and start making it happen. If you guys want to work with me in any capacity, if you want to work with me on your fitness remotely online, or if you want to work with me to help you grow and build your gym, just shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm at Chris_Tutela. I am always happy to lend a hand, hear what you have to say, and if it's a good fit to potentially work together, we'll go over the details on what that looks like. But that's at Chris_Tutela. Just shoot me a DM and we will chat about how I can help. And again, if we're going to be a good fit to work together. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. I will catch you next week on another episode of the Iron Life Podcast. Peace.